That's what social media is for. Social media is for sharing highlights of your life, not your entire life, not your entire relationships. At least not in my opinion. That's just me. Hey, hey, what's up, you guys? I'm back in the same position. Now we're going to talk about Braxton family values. I don't know what episode. Okay, Traci and Friends is what I like to call it. Y'all, I don't even take notes really for this show anymore. It's just a key. It's just funny. Last week, New York was there. New York was giving me everything that I needed. I want New York to have her own show again because she's freaking hilarious. And she doesn't even need Flavor Flav to do it. But having Flavor Flav was an added bonus. Now, Flavor Flav is a married man now. New York don't care about none of that. She keeps thinking in her mind that Flav is trying to hide the feelings that he has for her. In New York, he's not hiding anything. He doesn't want you, baby. He didn't pick you the first or the second time, and he's not going to pick you now. But anyway, they're on this ranch because they're paying homage to the Buffalo Soldiers, the cowboys that came before us. We actually have a Buffalo Soldier museum out here in Houston. I'm going to try to make it out there tomorrow if I can, because I've been wanting to go to that museum for a long time, and I want to study more of that history because it seems really interesting, and it's a part that doesn't get talked about a lot, so I really want to know more about it. This is to promote Traci's Black Cowboy Whiskey, which I haven't tried, but seems like it's real strong. But I like whiskey, so maybe I could try it. I don't know, with some Coke though, because I ain't trying. I ain't trying to be laying on nobody's floor. But you guys saw last episode where they were learning how to, get the cattle up the hill and learning how to ride the horse. And this episode is where they find out that they're actually going to be doing some camping. They're going to be sleeping outside with the cattle, like the cowboys used to do. And Kim Whitley is like, what is the meaning of all this? Like, why didn't nobody tell me we was having to do this? She was almost like a stick in the mud, but not really, because I don't think nobody had told Kim how deep this whole thing went. And Phaedra is just out there with a big booty, riding that horse. It just looked like a stallion and a stallion sitting on top of each other. But it was fun. It was cute. There was a lot of jokes, a lot of laughs. Nothing that really stuck out except what's been going on with the sisters leading up to this whole Ayanla thing. Now, last episode, Traci met with Tony because Tony is the big sister, and as a big sister, I know how it goes. You kind of got to be the one that puts stuff together. So Tony is trying to do her best to hear Traci's side, but she also knows that there are, in the Braxton's case, 5 sides to every story. So now she has to talk to Tawanda and Trina. When she talks to Tawanda and Trina on this episode, I was very confused. I could not figure out what the real cause of the issue was for the sisters. According to Tawanda, all 3 of them got on the phone. They all decided that they were not going to show up to film the next day because they had to take a stand as far as the money situation goes on what they needed and what they wanted. Traci said before they hung up the phone, according to Trina, that she wasn't going to be able to do it, and then she just kind of hung up the phone. I'm confused. Like, did she tell y'all? Did she not tell y'all? Did you try to call her back and she didn't answer? Like, what was it? So when Traci showed up to film, they were upset with her because, according to the conversation that they had, Traci said that she wasn't going to go. Now, here's my question. I have seen them talk over Traci. I have seen them ignore her. I'm almost wondering if in the midst of their conversation, did Traci really say that she wasn't going to do it? Or did she sound conflicted about it and never really make a decision before they hung up the phone? So did maybe they think they were on the same page and Traci wasn't, and she wasn't communicating effectively? Because I can see that. Traci, sometimes she'll stay quiet and then she'll make a decision on the low that nobody knows about. We've seen her doing on the show. So I don't know, you guys, but I do know that Tawanda is pissed. Tawanda is very upset. She's trying to do the whole, I understand and I'm not mad, but you can see it all over her face. Tawanda is smoldering. Trina, Trina's very, is Trina an air sign? She's very like, it's kind of up in the air for Trina. Like, she is not happy with Traci. She understands. And she even says what a lot of us have been saying. Traci never got to have her moment. We all got to have our moment. Traci never did. She took this one. And I really can't be mad at her for that, but I wish she would have communicated to us. Tawanda's thing to me seems totally different. Tawanda is upset that Traci has not reached out to her. She is upset that she was not invited to the christening, which is also weird. Like, did Traci... I almost feel like because they were upset with her, she didn't bother calling them for the christening because she assumed they wouldn't come. So that, again, is a lack of communication. It all boils down to what Evelyn said at the beginning of this episode. Miss Evelyn was on this episode. She told Tony and she told the rest of us she's been trying to stay neutral. She's been trying to stay out of it because after a while, it affects her health. Miss Evelyn is an older woman who has had some health scares. She doesn't have time to be stressed out. But the one thing that Miss Evelyn said that I 100% agree with is that these girls have lost their relationship to fame. They've gotten so mixed up in this whole, thing. And I would even go as far to say social media. Mama Evelyn didn't say that, but I'm saying that. They have gotten wrapped up in their fans and what people's opinions are of them and their relationship. And they have allowed that to affect their sisterhood. Even Miss Evelyn said there are some conversations that needed to happen, some conversations that needed to be had, and y'all won't even have them unless a camera is present. And that was wild to me. That was wild. I don't know if it flew over people's head. I didn't see anybody talking about it, but that statement was loaded. That means that those girls have wrapped themselves up so much in the Braxton family values and their ratings and their topics and their shows that they have forgotten what it was like to just sit down and have a conversation with your sister without social media being present, without a camera being present, and without allowing people into that conversation. It just being y'all two together. Even though it wowed me, even though that it shocked me to hear her say that, what was even more shocking is how much I could parallel that to what goes on in our individual lives just as regular people. We're not even reality stars. How many times have we sat down with a friend and we just can't let a moment go by of our conversation that we thought was extra funny? We got to pull out our phone so we can Snapchat it or put it on Instagram Live. I've actually had friends that'll say, oh, say what you said earlier. Say it again so I can get it on Snap. No, I'm not saying it again. This is a genuine moment. This is a moment that I'm having with you as a friend. I don't want it on Snapchat. Why we got to put everything on there? That's my thing. And a lot of people be calling me, bitter. I've had like old friends be like, oh, people be mad when you want to post stuff. That's what social media is for. Social media is for sharing highlights of your life, not your entire life, not your entire relationships. At least not in my opinion. That's just me. Sometimes I feel like we take it so far that we don't even know how to live a regular life without letting somebody see it. Because in order for us to truly be living, it's like somebody got to validate it. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But Mama Evelyn's statement was loaded. It confirmed why I really like Mama Evelyn. Later on in the show, Tony does end up giving Traci a call. I feel like Traci didn't want to talk to Tony. She blew her off. I do feel like Traci is running away from what the real issues are. Just stand up in it. You're doing all this talk in your confessionals and you're doing all this talk to Flav and Phaedra and all these other people about how you're trying to take a stand and how you're trying to be strong. Say that to your sisters. Say that to them. Yeah, they probably going to try to, get back at you. Yeah, they probably going to try to run over you like they always do. But if you're going to take a stand, Traci, you got to take it in all things. Don't hide. Don't cower back. And don't come at them in such an aggressive way where they start to look at you as a bad guy. Because that's one thing. Traci will hold back. And then when she do let it out, it's ugly. Don't do that. Let it out now. Let it out in a manner in which they can understand, in which they can hear you. All right? Don't run from it. We don't want to see that. After Tony has her conversation with Tawanda and Trina, Um, Tony, I don't know how she feels. I think that she is upset with both sides. I think that she is even upset with Tamar, which we rarely see. And she really wants there to be a conversation with everybody. So Tawanda goes over to talk to Tamar by herself. And that didn't surprise me because Tawanda, when everybody is upset with each other, everybody is still at least talking to Tawanda. So she goes in, she's talking to Tamar. Tamar's hair. Let's talk about it. I'm not one to be clowning nobody's hair because y'all know I don't have thick, full edges. I'm sure y'all have noticed on this camera. It ain't no need of me hiding it. I don't have full edges. I've worn a lot of braids and weaves over the years. On top of that, when I wear my scarf, this side of my hair, this is the side that I lay on. So my scarf rubs against this part of my head. And so it's just, I don't have as much hair on this side of my head as I do on this side of my head. So these edges are okay. These edges are not. Tamar looks like she's been the victim of wig glue and maybe braids and just kind of like that traction alopecia type look. And it's nothing wrong with it. It happens. But she's going to have to find a way to do this bald look because it's just, you can see where the edges are not there and then there's hair and sometimes she looks sickly because it doesn't look very, well done. No. It's just something about it that's not working for me. It does fit her face. Tamar has a beautiful face. When she took that hair off, I was like, she is super pretty. She is very pretty. Those cheekbones, she got the face for it, but the cut's not, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it, y'all. But they're having a conversation about just the family, who's upset, who's not upset. Tamar is mad at Traci. She feels like Traci didn't communicate right. Traci didn't go with the family. And, all she wanted in her life is peace and serenity. She don't want all this extra stuff. She don't want to be involved in nobody else's life. She don't want to feel like she got to be there for somebody. And Tawanda's just like, well, you don't think our family needs healing? And Tamar believes that the family needs healing, but she don't want to participate in the healing, basically. She don't say that, but everything about her demeanor, her attitude, she doesn't want to go see Iyanla. She said that she was open to going to see Iyanla and that she would do it, but her demeanor was very no. Like, what is she going to do? I don't think that she was interested in going to fix my life. And a lot of times when you're closed off to an experience, the experience doesn't go well. So I don't think that Tamar wanted to go. But I guess she was going to do it so that people wouldn't complain that she didn't do it. Tamar is a study. She's so funny. She's so fun. But she's a lot. She is a lot to handle. And it frustrates me that she doesn't believe that she is. Like, she believes everybody else has the problem and that she's okay. She believes that she can behave a certain way, but if other people begin to behave that way, something is wrong with them. Okay, what's wrong with you? You don't get to be acting like that. I don't treat you like that. But she does. Sometimes she does, and she's not always willing to cop to it. She was doing better at one point, but child, after this whole Vince thing, it's like it went back to some of her old ways, but we just gonna keep her in prayer, her Tate Martians too, because they don't believe she does any wrong, so whatever. But they're gonna go on Iyanla Fix My Life. We've already heard that it was a disaster, but I guess I'll talk about it more next week. And that was really it, y'all. I don't even have too much more to say. The Braxton family is sad what has gone down with them. I really liked that family in the beginning, and I still do. I hope that they are able to get back to some semblance of their relationship pre-reality show. But that's it, you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all soon for the next one. I'm going to try to do Marriage Boot Camp because, y'all, them people on there is some fools. That show is so entertaining. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.